Ladies and gentlemen, I've heard that you were looking for a little distraction from your daily routine. You know, that one where you go to work and then you just come back and you play Dota. No, you don't want that. You don't want to feed, you don't want to feel bad. You want to watch your game and you want it casted by a professional. Unfortunately, I'm no professional. I'm just Vantalion and I'll be casting a game submitted by Lucy First, the YOLO Abaddon. Well, let's see if this game lives up to its reputation given by the submitter as we jump right into it. Okay, alright. Let me unfreeze everyone, and here we go. Lucy First, playing the Abaddon. Oh, okay. More Arcana Gaming. Alright. Well, he's playing the Abaddon. If I recall correctly, last time I casted, he was playing on a Pudge with some amazing cosmetics, including the Arcana. Well, he's, now going with a Shogun style on this Abaddon. Yes, also I think I misspelled Abaddon in the title. Oh, whatever. Talking about Pudge, it looks like we have a Pudge on the enemy team played by Huikin. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Regardless, there's Dragneel, there you go, playing the Undying, already has a pair of boots to his name. He's going to be on the offlane with the Abaddon, so that's going to be a dual lane. On the mid lane, well, what do you know, it's a Shadow Fiend. What a surprise. It's Momantai playing that man. And the dual lane on the top lane, interesting, because you don't see dual lanes too often. It's going to be a Faceless Void with Genos. The Ancient Apparition. Dogo is, of course, on the Faceless Void. Against them, it does appear that, yeah, the Radiant are mimicking their lanes, as they're also going for dual lanes. The guy that we already introduced is a Pudge without the Arcana, dance game. And there's also, yeah, what? That name is unpronounceable. I'm just gonna call him Space Cow the Spirit Breaker. Alright, I think that's going to work. The horn signals the start of the game as, yeah, there's a Riki called Fucker. Yeah, that's right. All Riki pickers are fuckers, as we already see a bit of action in the bottom lane. Lil Hon, playing the Phantom Lancer, is gonna throw a few daggers at Dragneel, and that's all she wrote. Well, but at least first contact has been established, and it's hostile. That's right. Last man to be introduced is Himura Batosai. Weeb, probably. Playing the Venomancer, although it is possible that it's an actual Japanese person stuck in Southeast Asia. God knows there's a lot of them, so that's going to be a support Veno, I guess, this off-lane, this duo off-lane, aggro-duo lane. I kinda like, by the way. I think that the PA needs a lot of items early on, and Lucy First, and Abaddon, is going to be able to harass that PA quite nicely once he gets a few levels. Not to mention the Undying, removing the strength, and yeah, they're basically gonna have the strength of little babies, newborn babies, that's about right. Right, enemy offlane is not as strong, I feel. The Spirit Breaker, he's more roamer than a true offlaner, and yeah, the Riki, however, yeah, it's a different scenario, although with the Orb of Venom, he might be the one to roam. Does not appear like they want to place any sentry quite yet. Oh no, never mind, they have a sentry, Genos. Well, walking forward, they're gonna have to deal with that fucker, and I'm not saying that he's a fucker, I'm just saying his name, I'm just expressing that that guy is called Fucker. Well, Genos already getting a few hits on him, but oh, nice bash from Dogo. Signaling that, yeah, he does want to establish his dominance early on, and you see it in action. Well, but I still think that this, well, this Dire offlane's gonna get a much better job. Mid lane's gonna be the interesting part. The Pudge on the mid lane. I don't know why. It does appear like we see a resurgence of Pudge mids recently. But I'm not entirely sure I like that. Against a Shadow Fiend, he can just get completely murdered. Shadow Fiend wins a lot of matchups, and Pudge is one of them because, yeah, it's a Pudge. What do you expect him to do? Hook the Shadow Fiend? I guess if he does, he's kind of in trouble, but he can just raise you and then right-click you to death. If he gets tanky enough to go through the Dismember and survive, well, you're going to die. And that's something I'm kind of worried for the Pudge. But so far, he's leading the CS somehow. Really surprising. The Shadow Fiend not getting anything. He's not getting anything done. Really surprising. And oh no, the Riki comes in. And now, well, what do you say about him not having any mobility? It's even more true if he's not moving at all. Who can? He gets an easy first blood with the Riki to help. I don't even think the Riki was needed. The Shadow Fiend, not really showing that he knows how to play the hero so far. No, because 2 last hits, 2 CS. Now he only has 2 souls 3 minutes in. Shadow Fiend is a hero that, yeah, really likes having a good start. Generally, you want to put support there to make sure that he has a good start, but you will not see that today. No, because that Shadow Fiend, they clearly don't appear to have any love or affection for that Shadow Fiend. No, and that's going to leave the Pudge to get a very, very good early kill. If that trends continue, if he snowballs out of control, that Pudge may go the carry route, and that's going to be scary for the Dire. What's also scary is that this Undying is not having the impact I expected. The PA is still farming really well, and now Fucker also came to help. Oh god, that might be bad. Poison Cloud, I mean, whatever the name of that spell is going to make sure that the Abaddon dies. And now it's Lucy first. No level 6 on the horizon, and now he's gonna die. Surely. I mean, he's slowed as hell. There's a lot of rotations though. Can he survive? Can he make out of it? Aphotic Field in 2 seconds? Yeah, he's okay. Well, alright. Surprises after surprise. It feels like it's Christmas already. Lucy first survives. The Riki comes in and starts to rotate. Well, few minutes in. 4 minutes in. And Genos as well now. The PA managing to farm, no problem. The Pudge winning the lane against the Shadow Fiend. Alright, yeah, it's a world of surprise. It's leaving a lot of space for Dogo though. Who is somehow on the level 3. Okay, I guess that's because he was with a friend of his, and that Spirit Breaker is also going ham. Really surprising how the lanes are going so far. I would have expected the exact opposite to happen on every single lane, but it's not happening. And now Genos tries to plant a water here, but he's been spotted. And yeah, got a bit of poison in his veins for his trouble. As now, let's keep an eye on Riki or on Fucker or in the hook from Hyukin. Traps Monumentai, and now he's slowed for days, and now no escape. That's what I was talking about. You could have had the Pudge dying to the razors, but you won't see that today, my friends. All you're gonna see is Fucker claiming the kill. Well, that's going from bad to worse. Look at this. He's losing gold. He's supposed to be gaining gold in the laning phase. Well, that's going to set him back by a while. I mean, those early deaths do not mean a lot usually, but right now they do. Let's see if you have a Shadow Fiend mid. I know he has some flash farming abilities, but yeah, the more time you need to farm is the more time you're going to require to actually come online, and that's yeah, the timer on your death on your ancient is going to expire sooner than that, I would believe. Now, Monumentai has come back to lane. Genos is also invisible, so that's 2 invisible sneaky bastards. That's, oh, it looks like Hyukin wants round 3, and he's got it. Now, he's going to try and dive, but now Genos made his grand entrance. It's not going to be enough to kill anyone as, oh, Fucker, no. He's the one that was diving and tanking the tower hits, but now he's invisible, so he's going to be okay. That's leaving a lot of space bottom, though. Is Lucifer's managing to find anything? Well, he's farming quite nicely, too, you know, that I think about it. And by quite nicely, I mean, he's farming excellently, but now with Fucker coming in and with him using his Aphotic Shield, maybe he's going to be in trouble, although he has it off cooldown in 3 seconds. But that's still worrying for the near future. Trouble is on the horizon. But it does not appear like the horizon is getting any nearer, because it doesn't appear like they want to go for anything. They're not willing to risk it. They're not willing to risk the dive, and I think that's to their credit. As, oh, I may have spoken too soon. They do throw in the daggers. They are preparing the meat for potential butchering. In fact, yeah. They are throwing a lot of daggers on Dragneel, but it's an Undying. He does not die. Ever. That little counter over there is a lie. Fake news. Dragneel has never died. He's called Undying for a reason. And now, Monumentai, what the hell are you doing here? Okay, he decided to come on the bottom lane for absolutely no reason, and oh, maybe it's the Dire that's actually going to try to be on the offensive now, with that off lane becoming an aggro tri lane. That's interesting. Meanwhile, at top, nothing interesting is happening. Just wanted to tell you that, because it's a very important piece of information. Now, what's it gonna be? What is it going to be? Are we actually going to see some action today, tomorrow, or any time of the week? No, because, no, it's on the mid lane. Does appear that the Shadow Fiend got hooked once more by Hyukin, and now he's dead. No problem here. Alright. Well, that's a problem with the lack of mobility against the Pudge, but I think that shouldn't have happened. I think the Shadow Fiend should have won that lane pretty easily. Doesn't I feel like he's going to win at any time of the day, but no. Oh, Lucy first. He's going ham. I was right. It was the Diet that went on the offensive. Now they drop the Tombstone Venomancer. Can he get out of this mess? No. The only escape is death. And he's gonna take that route. Highway to recovery is not the avenue that the Radiant have decided to take. No, because they're still relatively healthy, and oh, charge on the Undying is going to come and it's going to kill. And now, oh, the Purge also retaining bottom. It's a party at bottom, and it's a killing fest. Killing spree now, maybe for the Ember. And now 4 bottom, Lucy first, not level 6, yes, needs only 1 creep to do it, to get to the precious level, allowing him to survive, but no. He's gonna get 4 heroes in his face and he's dead. No problem here, as now they want to continue the party. Don't stop the party ever. And on the Shadow Fiend, this time they hook him, they cook him, they kill him. Little Horn, well, he might get punished for this, but the charge, well, is going to stop the ambitions of Genos. That is going to have to actually just die. That's what he's gonna have to do. Because the dive is still going strong, not even going to rotate in the Faithless Void. But can he find anything? That's a long TP. And the TP leading for nothing, meaning that is everyone at bottom. And oh, first crown of the game comes in, it's going to try to attack Tai, but there's no damage whatsoever. Or now that might change, Lucifer gets control, Dogo also gets bashed, but it's Tai that needs to watch himself. There's no nuke available for the Dire, so everyone's alright for now, because Himura is also feeling the heat. Now the Tombstone is going to slow him enough. Maybe enough to kill him, is it? It is. That Aphotic Shield doing a lot of damage, and yeah, you actually... It's not Lucy first that's going YOLO for the time being, it's the entirety of the Radiant. Why the hell are they all concentrated at bottom to begin with? I do not know. Look at this top lane, or rather, don't look at this top lane because there's nothing to see there. It's been abandoned. Oh, never mind. He wants his share of YOLOism. Abaddon is now diving deep. No, he's diving way too deep. He's in between the 2 towers. And here comes the borrowed time. Not gonna do anything, but at least he secures a kill on the Space Cow. As, oh, no, never mind. He gets hooked. And yeah, Aphotic Shield, is it going to save his life? It doesn't feel like it will be enough. Never mind, Riki makes that impossible, but now it's Yukin in the middle of 3, I mean. Now, well, there's only 2 remaining, 3 walk in a bar, no one leaves because Riki's dead as well. Maybe Little Horn will make that joke complete because he's the one guy that could potentially still get out, but he's at 20 HP, 100-0. Yep. I said that line way too prematurely, but 3 walk in a bar, no one leaves. The Radiant's all dead, but Dragneil, they're still behind towers. They are still not near their home, nowhere near their towers. Oh, charge from Tae, going to try and kill Dragneil. He does have the Nether Strike, but won't even need to use it. He can just kill and murder, and talking about murder, the Faceless Void is also going to face the same fate. Here comes the Nether Strike on Genos. That's also going to die probably. He gets charged on and he gets bashed and he dies in a really painful manner. So, now that the party's finally over, let's look at the fight recap, and oh my lord, every single person from the Radiant died, but everyone except the Shadow Fiend also died from the Dire. What the hell was that? Well, a huge fight, that's what. What does it favor? I'd say it, well, since it left some space for the Shadow Fiend to recover, I get the Shadow Fiend because look at this man. He is the 3rd lowest net worth in the game. And it's a Shadow Fiend. He really needed that space. He really did. But the fact that the Faceless Void also died in there, kind of disastrous. He was having a good time farming up top. Why did he come bottom? They could just have left them to their own devices, and I think that even if they died, they would have been completely alright if Dogo got ahead. I'm not entirely sure I like that too much. But, well, what can you do? Now, there's only 3 heroes bottom. It doesn't feel like Lucy first. He decided to get out of that mess and decided to farm himself. Well, I'm not entirely sure why he doesn't go to the top lane. There's a lot of stuff happening, and oh, talking about stuff happening, more action! Well, it's Monumentai that is going to not die. It's 4 heroes of the Diet that are going to go on that purge and murder him. They're going to feed on him like he's some premium quality dog food. Yeah, because it's well known that dog food is the best thing in the world. Now, Dogo and Dragneil have no creep, but don't need it to try and take down that tower. But Fortification is going to make sure that Dragneil drops extremely low. That may have been way too overzealous. And he's dead. Okay, let me look at the summary for that man. Oh, never mind, I don't have time to look at anything. Spirit Breakers no, it drops Monumenti, but then again, that Spirit Breaker's on top of the food chain. And by food chain, I mean net worth. Look at that man, he is the top net worth. Because no one's farming and he's killing, it's 415, so... Lucifer may want to correct this, no. No, he's going to charge and stun this to the Faceless Void, but he has eyes on the secondary target, Genos. They're going to get them both. I am extremely confused as to why in the world is the Dire still fighting. You're against the PA, you're against the Spirit Breaker, you're against the Pudge and the Venomancer. All of these heroes love fighting, and what are you doing? Well, you give them what they want. And look at the result. When they get what they want, well, they're 3k gold ahead of you. Because you're not winning those fights. You have an Undying, he needs to fight early, but he's also good at holding on several enemies on his own. Which is not happening today. Oh, talking about holding enemy. Well, look at this. That's what I'm saying in action. He just killed the Venomancer without even trying. And with the AA, you don't even need to be near the fight to actually have an impact, so... Really confusing start for the Dire. They're not that far behind now, but... No, that's still not the most optimal way to go about things. Let's put it this way. That's better. That's better ways to go about. Like, for example, taking the top lane. Well, Lucifer appears to be taking that role, which is good. I like that. I think it's better, as Venomancer is now out of the game. Okay, I think he was too satisfied. The punk is satisfied, so he is out of this game. He does not want to play it anymore. He had his dose of Dota for the day. Actually, just kidding. He's probably just... yeah. His PC probably crashed or something. Well, you know how much I hate pauses? I don't, because I can talk about cosmetics. Look at this Pudge. He does not have the Arcana, so it's completely useless to look at this guy. He has some all Arcana EU. Spirit Breaker, no cosmetics neither. Ew, no. PA, oh well, that's a hood, but that's still no big cosmetics. Undying, also very ugly looking without his cosmetics. Very bad. AA doesn't have his immortal, so I'm not even going to bother looking at him. Oh god! Dogo and yeah, Lucifer are the only one with pretty cosmetics that make them stand out. Ugh. Disgusting. Ricky doesn't even have cosmetics. Come on, it costs 3 cents to buy cosmetics for this guy. But he decided not to. Maybe he's not a big player, a big Ricky player. I know someone that's a big player that plays big is a Spirit Breaker. He's diving in and he is not going... he's going to die. He is going to die, no problem. The Ice Blast is going to punish his aggression. He is going to say, okay, you want to take a shower and be in between, well, all 2 towers or under my tier 1 tower. Let me add a bit of spice to that experience. And yeah, that was a bit too much spice, I think. As now that Barra's dead. He is dead. And that gave a lot of gold, actually. 700 of it, actually. That's propelling the AA, well... Actually, did that almost double his net worth? Wow. That was a poor AA. As now... oh, watch. I'm trying to hook Dragneil. Not gonna work. Not gonna work at all. As now it seems like lanes have changed a little bit. Lucifer is going back to his native bottom lane. They're going finally back to the top lane. Finally to have realized that, yeah, fighting is not the answer. Well, Spirit Breaker seems to have other ideas now with that completed Blade Mail, and with the Riki coming in, they want him dead! How are they going to kill Bill? Are they going to kill Dogo? Maybe. He doesn't... what the hell are you doing? You could have just Tom walked away, but he decided not to. He wanted to kill on the Riki, he got it. Now he's Taek. That is still taking a lot of tower hits. It is going to be enough, though. It is not, but he meets Dragneil. Dragneil, well, he decided to cancel the charge for some reason. And now, he's going to try to run himself out. He's using his 2 charges. The courier is actually trying to do stuff to him. I'm not entirely sure what that stuff is, but no. GG, says the Spirit Breaker. He is out. The mad chase has resulted in a complete failure for the Dire. Oh well. Not a problem. Not a problem. Pudge, what is he doing now? Kind of curious as to what route he's going. Not the carry route. Although he is quite ahead in terms of farm, and he decided to go the normal route. And the normal route involves killing the Undying, of course. And yeah, now with the smoke cloud, well, although there's a pipe on the Undying, I mean, no, that's a hood. And so now he dropped the tombstone and he's fine. Fucker's not fine. Monumentai. Well, even though he has absolutely no farm on him whatsoever, he is more position 4 in terms of farm than a position 2. He still manages to kill people with raises. Raises don't care if you farmed or not. They just kill. They just murder. They just destroy. And that is good for him. He needs to recover. And he's recovering somehow. He is now, yeah, above the Riki that has just died, so... Pretty good for him. Pretty good, pretty good. Ricky's going for Battle Fury. Huh, that's extremely greedy. Extremely greedy, considering that he's supposed to be a position 4. I mean, no. Yeah, no, he was supposed to be a position 4. It's the Barat that was supposed to be the offlaner. That's, curious. He could have gone for a diffusal. He could have gone for cheaper items like drums. But no, he decides to go the complete greed route. It's surprising. It really surprises me. Not entirely sure what the brain thought process behind it is. Maybe he thought that he could be the carry now. He could look into the eyes of his team and say, look at me, I am the carry now. But I don't know. I simply don't. I don't think I can interview this guy. I don't think I want to, because he's probably going to insult me by saying, what, you insult my glorious skills? How dare you? And then he's going to report me, although I wasn't in the match with him. Maybe. Just maybe. Whatever. Let's talking about his glorious skill. What is he doing now? He's just walking. Okay. He's not farming, he's just walking. Butch is walking, and someone is walking extremely fast. It's a Spirit Breaker that's charging. But he learned! Hallelujah! He learned that diving tier 1 towers results in death! So he's going to not to do it anymore, hopefully. Hopefully. If he continues, well, that might be a disaster for him. No, because they did fight, they did find the kills, they did find the engagements. But what they're not finding is a way to stab to get further ahead, because you see that it's basically not breaking the 3k mark for yeah, net worth advantage. The Faceless Void is still farming. Lucifer is also farming. Everyone's farming on the Dire, and the few engagements that happen now, or that happened in the past 5 minutes, have been on a single target. So they're shutting down one target after the other. Ideally, you want to shut down everyone, but you can't do it. You have to let at least one of these guys farm. But they're not focusing on everyone else except one guy. No. They're going on everyone. Well, that's also going to let the Dire to complete their greed route. The Abaddon, he's taking a secret relic. He's going for Radiance, not a Divine Rapier, unfortunately. Yeah, so they're going to complete big items fairly soon. And that's what I'm talking about. One target's gonna die, and only one. It's Dragneel. He's not even dead. They're going to have to work and oh, nice chrono, but there's again no damage. They can try to kill the Phantom Lancer. Oh, never mind. Here comes the, not Ravagers, here come the Razors, raising the PA to the ground, and maybe the Pudge as well. Nucky Bash from the Faceless Void. Here comes the charge, but the deed is already done. Can he get a return kill? Not likely. In fact, he may just give up his own life for it. No, he won't. He'll manage to walk away thanks to Fucker being in the area. It will be enough to scare them and, yeah, to let them go. But that's a costly assault. You lose your PA, you lose your Pudge, your, well, top 2 net worth almost, top 3 net worth. That's really bad. You almost lost your top 1 as well. And look at this, just like that. Monumentai, he was bottom net worth. Now he's nothing. But oh, Faceless Void. Okay, time walk away, he cannot do it, but oh, the Spirit Breaker, he gets a nice blast to the face. This is going to drop him, it will. Oh no, and Venomancer decides that's enough, he wants out again. But that is really bad for them. You lost your top 1 net worth, and look at the net worth now. Look at it. The Faceless Void, he wasn't supposed to be on the top. He was supposed to be on the very bottom because of the stars he had. But they decided that, yeah, it's not fair. Let's give them a fighting chance. That's what they decided, and yeah, he's now 3rd, and 2nd is not a Radiant hero, it's Lucy 1st. That now has completed the Radiance, so now his farm is going to accelerate. Okay, you know what I love is when offlaners decide to take the semi-carry route. I think that's just so strong when you can actually afford to do it. The one weakness of that strategy is when there's tri-lanes, and when there's defensive tri-lanes, you cannot do it, but Against Duo Lane, I think Lucy first picked the right choice. Picked the right option amongst the many available to him. He decided to go to Radiance, now he's going to go for Vlad. Vlad, yeah? I think it's a Vlad. Yep. Item that you don't see too often. The Shadow Fiend, well, he recovered, I say. But he doesn't have the biggest of items 20 minutes in. He has a Shadow Blade. I think that it's more a mistake of the Radiant that didn't manage to farm out of their amazing and huge advantage. And well, now they're going to maybe try and fight and conserve the advantage. We live in a meta where fighting is not really effective. It's not really worth the investment. Talking about investment, you don't have here like the Pudge is investing in a kill on the Abaddon, but he has borrowed time. It's not the target you want to go on. As yeah, you have it. You have a great demonstration of it. What happens when you go against 3 heroes and you try to kill the Abaddon? He doesn't die and you survive. As now, oh, never mind. Now he dies. But here comes the Chronosphere. Spirit Breakers dropping extremely low, but it's a Riki that's not going to be the target of choice. Is he dead? No, he is not. It's the, well, it's the Faceless Sword that dies with maybe more to follow, but a nice ass blast. Drops down that man, drops down that Space Cow, drops down the Spirit Breaker. As fucker now, he's going to shrine up. It's Dragneel alone against the world. Now he's isolated. Now that might be a return kill. Vengeance for our cow. The farmers are not happy because the zombie has eaten the hamburger. That made 0 sense and I don't care. Okay, now Riki is trying to fight Dragneel, but now they're no longer in their field. They are in the enemy territory, and that's way too deep. Here comes the dust, here comes the cold feet, and here goes the Riki, because he's going away, but yeah, now trick of the trade. Can he survive? Can he survive? He can. He's going to blink a... Wait, what? He's dead. How? Where? Here? How? Let me watch again, because I'm not entirely sure how that came to be. Okay. Oh, I thought he blinked on his ally on his ally Venomancer. Let me look at that Riki again. Yeah, he does trick of the trade here. Okay. Then he blinks not on his Venomancer, but he blinks on the Ancient Apparition is dead. I didn't see that cheeky bastard behind the ice cream, the Ancient Apparition that has been placing amazing ice blasts, I gotta say. Those ice blasts were just on point, al dente you could even say. Because those were some spicy ice blasts, which make no sense, because how can ice be spicy? Except if you maybe make ice out of Tabasco. I'm not entirely sure how that would work. Now Lucy first with his Radiance, he's going to creep cut the wave, not afraid of the PA in the slightest. You even see that he's going to, yeah, tank his dagger like a man, and that's going to leave Dogo to take the tier 1 tower. Good for him. Meanwhile, fucker, now, he comes back from the dead. And he comes back with ill intent. He's going to roam around again. He has completed the Battle Fury. But, yeah. Let's see if that's going to work out for him. I mean, it's great in Trick of the Trade, in the old Trick of the Trade. No, actually, he's going to be found. Okay. You see Trick of the Trade coming in action, but, yeah, desperate measures. He got caught by that sentry ward and he thought he could roam, he cannot. I meant that he thinks he can roam is the Pudge and Spirit Breaker, and they can. They have achieved what the Riki couldn't. But yeah, now they have to leave. They have to escape. You know, it's kind of like those people, those friends that come in your house, take what's in the fridge and then just leave. We must all have one of these friends. My friend is called Yang, and he does that all the time. As no, Momentai tries to put a Requiem of Souls, gonna complete it, and here it comes. Punished for trying to serve yourself in the fridge of the Dire. Here comes the police. You've done a horrible crime, my friends. But oh, the Poison Nova did a lot of damage, and now the Phantom Lancer, well, she says, nah, my friends. You don't get to punish me for taking what's in my fridge. I'm going to take you now. As Little Horn is going to do 1 dagger to Dragneel, not enough to kill him, but the Spirit Breaker will. As now, well, he has to run away. Oh no, he can just stay, and he can just continue farming. Meanwhile, Lucy first found the Riki somehow. Alright, but now Lucy first is isolated. He's the one on the aggressive now. He's the one invading the enemy's home. They're doing what good friends do. They walk in and oh, Chronosphere is saving Lucy first. Didn't put Lucy first into Chrono. He still has Burrow Time, uses it now. Tries to go on Himura. He's diving, but he has the Aphotic Shield, so he is not making any use of that Burrow Time. As no, okay. Dogo, he gets aggressed by Lil Horn. That should be careful because there's a Radiance ticking. Pudge goes in and doesn't actually manage to get anyone. Oh, the Radiance will actually do the trick, and the Abaddon didn't manage to find a kill on the PA. Very important kill. Eye Blast Flies. This time it's off the mark, but it's still Lucifer that has to walk away. He could use the Aphotic Shield, he does, but he's getting dismembered. No Burrow Time for you, good sir, you're dead. And with this, Dogo, oh no, I thought that he would just go away, but he does not. There's no dismember, so he just makes use of that time window to do a massacre. But Riki was around, Riki gets hooked back, and that's all she wrote. Or not, because here comes the sequel, the death of the ancient apparition. Well, I mean, that's not a sequel, that's the 7th time this happens, but this happened. Oh well. No, Dragneel gets reeled back in, and now he gets dismembered, and now the Riki Pudge combination does a lot of damage. Togo tries to save the day. He's not gonna save anything. He's not even going to manage to save his life. And Pudge survives through a lot of this. Somehow, by some form of miracle, Pudge survives with 100 HP and managed to kill 4 heroes. 4 heroes are dead. Yeah. Is he the one that took down all of these heroes? No, he took down Lucifer and Dragneel. That's it. Monumentai is not going to try to do Requiem of Soul. It's going to be off the mark, but fucker might die anyway. He will. That race will be on point. And now you can... Well, he's no longer on 100 HP. He's on 600. He is going to die though, because that was too low, too greedy, too ambitious. But Monumentai, he's not out of trouble just yet. Poison Nova's gonna hit. He does have a Silver Edge, but he's dropping low. The Venomous Gale is on him as well. However, he's not going to be the one that dies first. He is going to die second, because first, there was a little Veno that died. Now, Spirit Breaker, revenge! Revenge, blood for the Blood God, as he is going to die. No blood for you. Okay, that was way too no, not ambitious. That was just... Yeah, that was just mindless. Because there was no way in the world that would have been worth it. He is supposed to be one of the top net worth, and he dies for no reason. Talking about dying for no reason, well, the PA is gonna die for a reason because of the Chronosphere. Although, they did get kind of lucky. Aaron Jesus was with Little Horn for just a little while because there was some nice evasions. Unfortunately, he's still dead. You can do whatever you want, but you cannot escape the multiple assaults from multiple heroes at multiple times. You just die. And let's not look at anything because there's enough stuff on the screen happening for me to talk about. There's Rax falling. Okay, so that assault from the Spirit Breaker and that follow-up death from the PA have been way more disastrous than I thought it would be. They actually opened the way for their base, for the Radiant base. Now Lucy first goes in ham, and actually he was forced to go ham. He got hooked. But that's not going to matter. It's Lucy first. He does have Burrow Time. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. No? Okay. Lucy the first is out. Okay, right. That Abaddon, he's not going YOLO. He's forced to go YOLO. He's getting hooked in. He's getting... He when he goes ham, he does go ham. But that happened less often than I thought it would have. He just, yeah, sometimes it's more the enemy that finds him than him finding the enemy. So that video might be called a bit differently than what I thought it would be called. Regardless, we still have a game. It's not over yet for the Radiant. They only lost one side. They're not the best at defending against Megas, but it's only super creeps at the moment. And it's also a super charge, because here comes the Spirit Breaker. The Void is well aware of it, but the Undying was not aware of the Pudge going on his face. He's going to drop the Tombstone on his death, probably his level 15 talent. Yes, it is. But frankly, yeah, no, it's just a casual kill. As Dogo, no, tries to kill Fucker. But Fucker, yeah, he knows better. He's going to put the Golden Cloud, and now it's Dogo in trouble. He's in the middle of 4, and he's alone. What was he doing here? What was he doing here? Nether Strike, Greater Bash. Yeah, you know, he was just perma-science, perma-stunned. Stunned for days, stunned for centuries. There was no way out. None. Period. well, that's going to create a bit of an advantage, maybe a window of opportunity for the Radiant. Although Lucifer's also working on tier 2, so that's only going to be a trade. Maybe, because if I had a drafting phase, I would have said that there's not enough. Yeah, that's a huge problem with that draft, is that apart from the Venomancer, they don't have any pusher. None. None of these heroes can push. See how long it took them to take down a tier 2 tower when they had 4 heroes there. The Venomancer didn't even hit that tower. Neither did the Pudge. As now they have to go back. Oh, they want to great. Ah, that's what he meant by going YOLO. Diving tier 3s for no reason. And they don't have any stun. I don't think they can cancel him, but I can kill him before. Okay. LOL, says Lucy first. Him too. He was alone. He too was alone. He did not have anything. That fuck, says Himura Batosai. Well, clearly unhappy with the Abaddon ratting. Or was it a rat? Not entirely sure. And oh wow. Did I say it was a supercharge before? I have spoken prematurely. I'm not the Oracle, but I do dare say that now it's going to be a supercharge. Plus 400 charge speed. You're gonna see him move a lot more, and he even has a negative Spirit Breaker with an axe. Not every day that I see Spirit Breakers, but it's even less often that I see a Spirit Breaker with an axe, and here comes Johnny! And, well, I'm not sure that he's called Johnny, but the Pudge certainly is, because he's dismembering, he's using an axe, he's using everything, and he's gonna kill Dragneel. But that's 2 Tombstone, and oh, here comes the Chronosphere. Unfortunately, only on the Spirit Breaker. But oh, here comes the Shadow Fiend that has definitely recovered now. He completed an Eye of Skadi, so now everybody's slowed, but they're already out. They don't have any further cash. They do have time dilation, but I don't think that's going to be enough, especially with the Venomancer existing. Venomous Gale. It slows, and it slows forever. As what's this? Armor Corruption. Armor completely corrupted Phantom Assassin Silence. I didn't know they put an icon for this. As yeah, well, alright, that's good. Pierre also completed an Eye of Skadi of her own. That's an interesting choice. I mean, okay, they do have a lot of catch. They do. They have the Spirit Breaker, they do have the Pudge, you do have the Venomancer, slow, stuns, everything that you want. But you do need damage. And I'm not entirely sure Skadi is the best item for that. I mean, usually you want to pick a Desolator, usually you want to pick a Basher too, well, because it offers both damage and, well, stuns, because who doesn't need stuns, really? Everybody needs stuns. You always need stuns. If you don't require stuns, it's because you already have 5 on your team. And even then, you could always use a 6th one, really. So the Bastard's always good and provides damage as well, with the Abyssal further down the line. Unfortunately, that's not what they need right now. They do need damage. They do lack damage critically, especially now that people are tanking up. Shadow Fiend's almost hitting level 25. Now he's top of the net worth. Now he completely forgot about his terrible early game. He's in control. And he's in total control. He has been farming quite well after a while. He's now at 200 CS. It's pretty good. Actually, no, it's Lucy first. No, he is also at 240 CS. Lucy first also they farmed really well. Lucy first that did also pick a Basher. That's good for him. Dragneel, well, on these support items, but he's also really fat, I think, for support. Because Greaves, late mails, yeah, it's late game. Faceless Void also got the damage. Mjolnir. Mjolnir would have been a good pickup on the PA too, but it's the Faceless Void that will invest in it first. So let's say now, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Pudge picks up a pipe. It's not the best pickup, especially considering that most of the damage physical. Probably would have liked Crimson Guard instead. But it's alright. I guess there is also some other form of damage. But here it comes. One last fight to fight them all. Facelift was gonna get control once, twice, and he's dead. And Lucifer's gonna walk himself out, gonna use borrowed time, but he's getting hooked. He cannot get out. Dragneel's also in trouble, dead. Focus dead, but that's a meager consolation because now, well, it's Lucy first with no borrowed time in the middle of everyone. But here comes Reinforcement Momentai, tries to kill, and with the zombies, 2 Tombstones doing too much work. Lil Horn, he's gonna get blown out, jump right into the loving arms of the Shadow Fiend Requiem. Walking dead, says Dragneel. Easy tank, KKKK. Ancient Apparition's going to buy back, and that's the main Venomancer. Still alive, but by how much? 100 HP, 200 HP. Place your bets, people, but that man's almost dead, and oh, that Ice Blast would have been completely disastrous for the Radiant. Thank God it didn't land for them. Oh my. That fight looked horrible for the Dire. And yet they pull it back. And yet all of those zombies, all of those tombstones, they managed to kill everybody. And with that Shadow Fiend coming in the backline at the right moment to clean up everybody, it was the perfect fight for them after all. Well, perfect. Perfect and a half. They didn't kill the Venomancer, so... B for effort. B for effort. Right, what's the next pickup for that Shadow Fiend, by the way? He's gonna get scarier, right? Well, with a Yasha, he certainly is, and now he's going for Senjin Yasha, of course. As oh fucker, was he spotted here? Well, he does not know that it's Momentai, but he's picking Genos. He's going to go for Genos. He is going to go for Genos. Here comes the dust, but here comes fucker as well. He does have Trick of the Trade available to him. He's gonna use it now and have to walk back. Momentai is dropping too low for comfort, but here comes the Razors. And yeah, with that Eye of Skadi, the right clicks will do a lot of damage. A surprising amount of damage. But then again, with items, is it really surprising? Here comes the charger. Does he have detection? He does not. He does not. So that might have been a bit of a problem. But Genos, yeah, he didn't want that target. He wanted the other one. He wanted the support. Is he going to die for it? Probably. Well, the hook is only going to reel in the dead body of the Space Cow. But it's Pudge. He doesn't care. He's probably going to eat it anyway. Hey, meat is meat, right? You can place it in hamburgers and... yeah, give it to McDonald's and gain some more money. Which they don't need. Everyone's fat. Everyone's nice and big. I think it's completely worthless to look at net worth because everyone has items now. The Riki with the Battle Fury hasn't exactly used it too well, I feel. He's not farming, but he's gone for a Desolator. He might be the one to provide damage. Unfortunately, he's always caught alone. He's always going too deep. He's always under the eye of some observer or some sentry ward, and he dies. And if he doesn't die well, he gets too excited and just tries to go on the support. Manages to kill him, but he pays with his life always. And even here, he saw that it cost the life of that cow. Yeah. That Space Cow. It's dead. It's dying. Not healthy. Other pickup. Monkey King Bar for the Abaddon. Good for him. Very good for him. Now, we're hitting a bit of a passive phase, but I think it's the calm before the storm. And that storm is going to be probably a storm that takes down one of these Ancients. The Radiant, they don't have any extra lives. If they lose the next fight and don't have buyback, they're dead. This is the end. This is the end of the world for them. But if they do win a few fights, I think they can be back in the game. Net worth indicates that, yeah, we're hitting a phase where... yeah, it's relatively even for 40 minutes in, for being 40 minutes in. Okay, let's look at the win probability though. Well, it does really favor the Dire. They're saying that it's a 75% chance of them winning the game, according to Dota Plus. So not the most reliable of source, but you see, it's kind of hesitating too. It's like, I don't know, maybe up, maybe down, maybe I'll go back up a little. I'm not sure. And guess what? I'm not sure neither, but the Dire, they are sure, they are certain that they want that tower. And they're going to do a lot of damage to it. And it's dead. Okay, that's a second tier 3 for them. Lucy first. He has a lot of apoptic shield. Now with level 25, it's really tanky. That mine is extremely tanky. So they're going to go on another target on Dragneel. But they don't want to kill Dragneel. That's going to be a second tombstone. They need to kill the tombstone right now. They're not managing to find it. They're going to walk away. Never mind. Yuki in the Pudge. He tries to go in. Dragneel's gonna get attacked by a little horn, but the zombies are flying about. Then here comes the Chrono. He's going to kill the Pudge. Only catches one, but it doesn't matter. Dragneel is dead, but that's a second tombstone. Fucker's gonna die, no doubt. The Radiance plus the zombies is the Walking Dead, or the Walking Kills, rather. Alright, the Pudge manages to find another kill onto the Void, but it's Lucian first in full control. He's going to try to kill. He does not have borrowed time, so he might just die here. The charge will make sure that's happening. The Tombstone have expired, so it's actually the Radiant that actually managed to hold their ground, but they did lose a few racks in the process. So, well, relatively even fight as far as gold and experience changes are concerned. But, yeah, the net worth chart now is plummeting down to hell. Because it's now at 8k, and they took down an important rack. They took down, yeah, they took down the melee, so it's going to push non-stop. It's something that VP likes to do. They like to take down the racks and, oh, enough about VP, more about kills. Ancient Apparition? No, he's fine. So what was I saying again? Yes, it's VP. They generally like to take down one of these racks, only the bottom one, and then immediately go into the next tower. Here, they didn't play it VP style because they completed they completed one, if not two racks, and then they just walked out. Here, they just had time to kill down that rack before having to flee. So, but it still shows that it's viable. You can be really happy to kill down only one Rax, because it's going to push it away. Now, well, with the catapults, they're going to work a little bit on that last Rax on the bottom lane, that last building remaining. Pudge is even going to dismember it for good measure, making sure that it's in little pieces, and yeah, it can be shipped right to IKEA. Because that's what dismembering does. Hey, I need to use that line later on. When Pudge dismembers someone, yep, that man, he's going to go right back to IKEA. And little pieces. I'm even going to use it later on. But oh, I missed something important it seems. Talking about IKEA, I forgot that, yeah. You only need one piece to actually win the game, and that's the Aegis. You only need that in order to be really satisfied with your game. They took down a big objective. They took down Roshan. Now the Shadow Fiend with an Aegis in his pockets. Yeah, okay, it might be time to close the game down now. It might be time for the final fight. If it's won by the Radiant, well, they're going to have to win a lot more. In fact, they're going to try to go now. They're going to try to dictate the term of battle on their term. Here comes Momentai, but unfortunately, Dragoniel is already dead. The Undying has died. What I said earlier about him not dying was also fake news. He dies, and he dies a lot. He should be called definitely dying, because that's what I'm seeing on screen. Because... definitely dying. God, that...
Get a load of Radiance.
Oh no. Oh no. Also, Chronosphere. Not actually having Lucy first in it. Okay, you're gonna have the Space Coat that's going to jump into the fray. That's actually going to work. It's going to save the Pudge and actually make sure that the Void goes down with no buyback. And now the Abaddon, no barrow time to be seen. He tried to commit suicide on that ranged barracks. He did not get him, and fuck him, says Himura. Ekek, says Lucy first. Why so salty? I don't think he's salty. I think it's more, you know, Venomancer being completely terrified and saying, oh, kill it with fire. You know, when you have a monster in your face, and that's exactly what's happening now. Shadow Fiend, well, he doesn't have any friends apart from the Ancient Apparition. He has the Aegis, but I don't think he wants to use it now. But so fast, with both that Hurricane Pack, that Senjin Yasha, and his BOTs, he can just run out of any situation. That's terrifying. Oh, but he can also be fast enough to run in. But no, don't do it. Genos still alive. The fight has been divided into two. Momentai is going to use a Silver Edge and not Dragoniel. It's going to try to look to kill Yukin, but 25 flesh heap stacks, 3.5k HP. That's a lot of HP to bring down. But now with the Shadow Fiend, that might just work. He's going to, yeah, put his newly acquired Ether Blade to work. But no, it's actually going to work. This member is going to drop the Aegis. It's now everybody out, everybody in the fray. And now here comes the Nova, but here comes Momentai with the Requiem of Souls only going to hit Himura. Now, well, the Shadow Fiend's gonna get reeled in, but I think that may have been a blessing in disguise. He got reeled in and managed to finish the job on the Venomancer. I think some angry messages must be written in the team chat, because that basically killed the the Venomancer, and everyone's still alive. And all they had to commit in that fight, the Dire, was the Aegis. Which is still kind of big. It's going to delay the push, the final push for the Dire, by just a little bit. And then you see on the gold graph that, the net worth chart is heavily confused once more. Really confused. Oh, one man is not confused as to what he's gonna do. It's Pudge. He wants to eat, but Undying is still alive, and oh my. That man, that Ricky dropped extremely low as now, oh, Hook, gonna kill Dogo, no Chronosphere to be seen. He had it available to him though, as it's now Abaddon in full control. He kills down one, but it's Lil Horn with a BKB. That's going to have to run away, because he knew that as soon as that 10-second BKB is going to expire, he's dead, he's done for. He is done for. Now, Hukin decides to go in, blink in, and try and put the Civic Strike, but unfortunately, no one died, and he might give up his life. Cold Feet procs. And actually Dragnel's dead, but the Barret died somehow in the back lines. But that is still, well, Lucy first. That actually will be satisfied with this. It may not have been the biggest of wins for the Radiant, they only won 6 gold, but what matters more is that, yeah, they managed to get down the racks and the tower. Because they didn't kill the heroes that mattered. The Void, although he's a big guy, he's not as big as the as Lucy first and the Shadow Fiend as oh. Talking about Lucy first, he has borrowed time. Does he want to use it? Momentize around now, and he's going to die. Not even time to proc that that little borrowed time, because the damage from the PA was too huge. I want to look at the final strike. Okay, it's only 600 with a Battle Fury too. Too big, too much damage. What did I say about the Radiant not having damage? Well, that's past history. They now can bring down anyone that they want. But tick tock, the clock is ticking and the barracks are falling. They only have one remaining. They only have one life left, one life remaining. One shot. They're gonna have to defend it with all that they have. In fact, I think they should probably hug it. Which is not what Lil Horn is doing. Lil Horn is currently shopping. And oh, Sacred Relic. It's this rapier time. It's this rapier time. I would love it. They are in a desperate situation, so desperate measures are warranted. And since they are warranted, well, what better way to express that you are in a desperate situation than to take the ultimate risk? The Rapiera! The Rapier! Might be what's next up for the Radiants. And personally, I think that would not put them back in the game, but it definitely could give them a shot even against Megas. That means that this game could last for a lot longer, potentially. I wonder. I really do. Now, the PA is still farming for it. They're leaving their base in the Dire. Not really interested in taking down that last right. And oh, what's this? What was that Undying doing here? Well, regardless of why he was there, all I know is what and how. I do know that he was standing there, and I know that he's dead. And dead for good this time, because he's dead for an entire minute. That's going to buy a little more time for the Radiant. They definitely need it too. Pudge going for Dagons. Yeah, you do know he's desperate. Now the Pudge, he's gonna try to go all in. Gets the most expensive item in the game. And yeah, hopefully they're going to be able to pull up a fight. The Spirit Breaker is no longer near the top of the net worth chart. Not that it matters anymore. Not that it matters. All that matters is items. Here you have it. Here you have the Divine Rapier. And it's on. It is on! They want to go on that Shadow Fiend. They're not going to make use of the Rapier quite yet. In fact, it's going to be everyone but the Rapier Carrier coming in. But huge Chrono on 4! That is not going to matter too much though. He does not have the damage. Doesn't even get Fucker. And here dies the Faceless Void. Impactless. As someone horns outside. Yes, thank you very much. Abaddon. Yeah, he's isolated now. Lil Horn is going to put Abaddon to full HP, but immediately bring him down. That Rapier is working. It is working, but at the same time, they didn't defend the racks. There's no Megas. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. That also means that, yeah. The Radiant, I thought that they had a shot. They could have used that opportunity to just run down the enemy Ancient. But 1, they're divided. 2, they're not. They can't do anything anymore. They can maybe try to dunk that tier 1 tower. What is it doing here? They didn't push at all, the Radiant. Right, that's the second problem, I feel. And yeah, there's still the Undying there. Oh, but that Blade Mail does a lot of damage and managed to kill down that poor PA. What? Okay. Fighting a guy with a Blade Mail might not have been the wisest of decisions. You should have probably kited him until that happened, but no. Ricky, pick up that damn Rapier. Ricky, what are you doing? Ricky, no. Punch, no. You're not a good Rapier carrier, but oh. Actually, never mind. Never mind. I completely forgot that. If the Rapier goes back to one of your teammates before it goes into the hands of the enemy, you can't use it. You can just give it back to the original carrier. So that's going to be the Rapier conserved. But that's still the Radiant against Megas. And that could be, well, that could be good for them. Well, for the Dire. That could be really good for the Dire. What am I saying? It could be good. Of course having Mega Creeps is good. I mean, honestly... honestly, it's basically one of your winning factors. It's like, it's always going to push. You are going to have to defend your base at all times. You basically won, almost. You're one step away from winning when you have Mega. So of course it's good for them. It's maybe because I'm running out of things to say in this game. Well, let's find out what else I could be saying right now. Maybe we could be talking about how the Pudge is at 5k HP, so that he's at least a little tough nut to crack. With Huge Dagon, he's also a deadly nut. But, yeah. Once I'm done talking about Pudge being extremely big, having 18 kills on in his belly, I'm not entirely sure what else is there to say. It's going to be pretty much straightforward from now on. It's going to depend on the little horn holding the line. And then when the final assault from the Dire comes, it's about winning it. It's about winning the engagement. And yeah, it's about not actually hitting the target that has a blade mail. You have one blade mail, how many blade mails? The Abaddon doesn't have a blade mail, the Faceless Void does not have a blade mail. They don't have a blade mail, no one has blade mail. Apart from the Undying. Okay, so it's basically hit everyone but the Undying. And don't get caught in the chrono. That's what it's going to be down to. That's what it's going to go down to. And that's also going to go down to, can we actually bring down the people when they have an Aegis and cheese in their pockets? In their backpacks? I don't know. I hope I'm gonna find the answer really soon, because nothing has been happening for the past, what, 5 minutes? I'm kinda curious as to how the Dire are actually going to approach this. Because it's a Rapier. And really fat Pudge with a blade mail, and a Dagon, and a knee blade. Fucker, well, he doesn't have the most items. He dropped really far behind. Not that he was ahead to begin with. So, lot of damage though. Lot of damage. Loads and loads and loads of damage. Here it comes, Dragneel, he decides to bring the trenches really forward, but he's gonna get hooked. He's going to die. Easy peasy, but here comes the Chrono. No, he's not dead yet. The Undying's still alive. The Riki dies. The Pudge is alive, but not for long. He's dead. There's Mega Creeps all around him. Momentai is going to die, probably. No, he's still alive for the time being. The Rapier Carrier is not doing anything. He's dropping too low. He's finally dead because of the Pudge buying back. But it's the Ancient that's exposed. It's exposed and it's dying fast. It doesn't just have cancer. It's in the terminal disease, and here dies the Rapier Carrier. PA just have to buy back, takes down the Rapier. Doggo is going to drop down the Aegis, but the Ancient's falling. 30 HP, 0 HP. The Dire has won. And yet they have won with style. At the end, by rushing in, and you have to commend the Radiant for trying at least. They have held the line until they no longer could. They have held until they no longer could. They have done everything that they could, but unfortunately, they could not sustain the damage. They could not face the assault like from all sides, and they could not defend the Ancient while all of this mess was happening. So it was a pretty enjoyable game. I think it's all went down to basically the pushing. The pushing won them the game. You had the tier 1 tower mid still standing for the Radiant, and that clearly demonstrates that the Radiants didn't group up and push when they should have. And even if they could win the fights, at certain points in the game, they did not have the draft to push, and that was the biggest weakness that I saw in this game. Apart from that, I think they played really well. Well, I say played really well. That draft is kind of questionable as well. Come on. Position 4 Riki that buys the Battle Fury. Lanes, dual laning everywhere, letting basically some heroes that should not have been able to recover, like the Shadow Fiend recover. I think that they could have improved on that front. But on the other side of the coin is also the Dire that manages to make the best out of bad situations. They managed to win fights that I think that they could have lost really easily. And that is skill. Alright, I think we're done here. I think there's nothing else to be seen or said here. So you can go back to doing whatever the hell you were going to do. Only if you didn't decide what you were going to do, well, you better decide now. While I do know that I'm now going to get myself some nice lunch. That was Vintalion signing out.